Hey everyone, it's Haley, and in this video we're going to talk about Swamp Thing, one of my favorite extreme charts and songs of all time. This was the extreme of Season 36 Jukebox Jam, which to make this even better, was one of the best seasons of all time in my opinion, and the Deluxe is the second highest note count in the entire game, just after Heart Frequencies Deluxe. And the Standard still holds the record for the only standard chart with 900 plus notes, which is pretty insane, and I definitely think it deserved it. So as usual in these discussion videos, we're going to play the standard first and then discuss it, and after that do the same for the deluxe, and of course lastly the outro. Alright, we're just going to quietly play through the standard here. "918 notes is obviously pretty insane for a standard chart, or even a deluxe, and it's definitely not an easy extreme. Lots of staircases, you need a lot of speed/stamina. It's not too difficult prior to the final stage, but still not the easiest thing in the world. It's got some jumbled notes which I tend to struggle with, some pretty simple but pretty effective swipes, and some 16ths in the choruses if you will, and it's just a complex and enjoyable extreme overall, especially for a standard. Now let's move on to the deluxe. And here we have the boss baby of Beatstar, Swamp Thing Deluxe. Quite a bizarre one there. Again, the second highest note count in the game currently, so at one point until the next tour pass released, it was the highest. There's lots of spam everywhere, although it switches up its patterns a lot. It starts out with patterns that are kind of similar to the standard, with the 16ths moving on to some pretty tricky and jumbled staircases that almost feel like swing rhythms or jumps with some triplets in the mix. And then you move on to a long jump spam section that's actually pretty hard to stay on beat, even if you have good speed and stamina like me, because I feel like you have to tap later than you want to, meaning it's synced early. So it takes a lot of practice and you gotta be super careful. It's definitely not an easy one to DP. But then you get a long break with just rail holds, some being rail hold swipes, as well as some regular swipes mixed in with each one, some up swipes and diagonals. And it goes in a pattern of rail hold swipe, rail hold swipe, and so on, with an up swipe or two each and some diagonals. The swipes kind of vary, but I believe the rail hold swipe pattern continues. Regardless, it's all free Perfect Plus. And you're going to be very happy to hear that's actually not hold tick sensitive, although I would definitely still swipe the rail hold swipes late to be safe, as well as hold the rail holds as long as you can, because getting hold ticked on this chart, oh man, I've never seen it and hope I never do see it, because that would be frustrating beyond words. I'll call that section the Perfect Plus area of the chart though, because all mechanics used in it are guaranteed Perfect Pluses, which is again a nice break. But after that section, going into the final stage, you have a hold note in the middle lane, which is not guaranteed Perfect Plus, although there's another up swipe there. So try not to get through all of that perfectly and then mess up in a relatively easy spot. It's only a bit tricky because you were just getting free Perfect Pluses for a long time. And then after that hold note and swipe, you have the stage tile, just a regular left lane note, and another pretty easy section, which is once again an extended song cut from the standard, which is exactly mainly why I'm here making this video, because there was a lot of missed potential for an even higher note count in this chart, and that section is just swipes and some doubles pretty much, until you've got a micro triplet and some banjo staircases that'll remind you of the standard. But frankly, I think they're easier to get down and less frequent in their pattern switch-ups. Might just feel faster than the standard after such easy, slow material for like half the song, but I don't know if it actually is. So Swamp Thing is really just a bizarre situation, but honestly I still think this is an overall fun deluxe, and I come back to it often. Just wouldn't want to see so much missed potential too often in the future, although the temporarily record-breaking note count makes it more forgiving here. There has been a lot of positivity about Swamp Thing. I mean, how could you not love it with the baby on the album cover, and the unique, intriguing combination of country and EDM, plus an incredible extreme chart in both versions. It's again the boss baby of Beatstar, but there's also been a lot of controversy because a lot of people struggle with the chart, which in turn makes some of them dislike it until they get a score they're happy with, which is understandable. That was kind of how I felt before my DP, to be honest. And also, if you guys haven't seen Dylan's Swamp Thing video, it was sort of a skit thing, but also pretty informative, especially if you check the pinned comment on it. It's pretty hilarious and interesting, so I'd recommend you to go check it out. I'll link it in the description. Explaining the song cut situation will be his job for this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching my part, because Swamp Thing is a great extreme for a great discussion video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.